BlacSFA, the Black Lumberjack Alumni Chapter, an official SFA Alumni Association network.
Good evening. My name is Tony. I'm happy to be here. I am a two-time alumni, as Lauren said, so thank you for the warm introduction. You know, I was going to start off by going deep into my presentation, but I do want to say one thing. I have a note in my phone, and it says that what are some of my lifetime achievements that I want to do in life, and a keynote for a graduation was one of them. So I just knocked one off tonight. So thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited. Is it me, or has 2020 been like one big Netflix movie? Or is it just me, right? I don't even know what we would call the year if we were to name it a Netflix movie. But what I will say is that being a graduate and being here over 10 years ago, I won't tell you exactly when I got here, but I will say that things are a lot different than when I was here. Of course, we weren't all wearing masks and whatnot, but you know, things were just a lot different. But I will tell you that the university is definitely doing a lot of things behind the scenes to continue what they want, and that's having students have a successful time while they're here at SFA. So just want to give you some encouragement there, and hope that you continue to believe in your school. And for the graduates, believe that you do have a university that is supporting you and will support you after you graduate. And I'm saying that because I am, like I said, graduated twice here, so I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart on behalf of SFA. I have sat in the same seats that you guys are sitting in, literally in the movie theater. And I was thinking about, what would I tell myself if I was about to graduate? What would I say to myself before I walked across the stage? And that's kind of what I have been thinking about this entire time, as I've been sitting there and listening to you all with the amazing accomplishments that you all have, and the amazing organizations that you are involved in. And I just want to encourage you to keep doing that after you get into the real world, and you're in your respective cities, wherever you may go, or whether you stay in Nacogdoches. Continue to stay involved with your civic communities, because those organizations that you all are a part of, LULAC and NAACP, those are national organizations, and many of them are international organizations as well. And those are the kind of things that are going to separate you as you head into your careers in corporate America, or whichever you decide to go in, whatever route. Those little extra things that you've done here at SFA, you need to take those things into your career, and go deep into it. Hold offices. Don't think that what you've done here at school, it stops here. No, you are here for a reason in terms of this particular graduation ceremony tonight, because you're a student leader. And I'm just going to encourage you as well to be a civic leader as you head into your respective careers. So I got four main points tonight that I'm going to cover. The first one's probably going to throw you off just a little bit, but I am going to go here. And I'm going to start here, and then I'll work my way into some more practical things. But the first thing I want to touch on tonight, and I want to encourage you guys as you get ready to walk across the stage. And like I said, I'm talking to myself here when I was 21. But what I want to say is that give love a try. That's the very first thing I want to say. We live in a very dark society right now. It's very cold and just lonely for a lot of people. And what I want to tell you is, not just with another person give love a try, but love yourself, okay? Self-love is real and necessary. I was talking with a friend just the other day, and he was telling me how a young lady, very pretty young lady, was suffering from depression, and you wouldn't even know it. And so, you know, I would be remiss if I didn't touch on that tonight and encourage you all to do the same thing. Love yourself. And love others as well. What I want to say about loving others is this. Those four guys that you saw on the screen earlier, the BlacSFA relaunch whole thing, well, we're all graduates of SFA, and so are our wives. They are Lady Jacks, and my Lady Jack is here, Crystal, and we met in 2011, and years later, married in 2016. And what I can tell you is that it doesn't matter what accomplishments you have in life, if you don't have someone to share that with, it really doesn't go as far as it could go. You really don't get the full fulfillment that you could get if you just truly do give love a try. So here's 3 points that I want to say as far as giving love a try. Is that one, before you walk across that stage, if you have a relationship that's on the rocks, Okay? Look, y'all laughing because you know it's real. I've been there. I'm talking to myself here sitting right here, all right? So first thing I want to say is try to rekindle that relationship before you walk across that stage. Even if y'all don't fall back in love or whatever, just be friends, okay? You never know. Sometimes like it all loops back around. Life has a lot of full circle moments, okay? So don't leave the campus with a broken heart or breaking a heart or vice versa. Rekindle that relationship. The second thing is, if you are in a relationship, hold on to what you got, okay? Let me tell y'all something, and I'm being honest and transparent. When you get into the real world, okay, the dating world is a lot different, okay? It's a lot different. You will not have the same opportunity that you have here being on a college campus. When you get in the real world and you're working, your college campus type of peers and atmosphere that you're gonna be in is gonna be work, okay? It's gonna be your colleagues. And you really don't want to be dating all your colleagues like that. It's not the same, okay? So take advantage, try to fall in love, do something that you can where you are. And then we're in this virtual space, so you might be working remote for a while. So if you, listen, y'all see where I'm going. So move on to number 3. And this is important to me as far as the whole love thing goes, is consider writing an open letter to somebody that you're in a relationship with. If y'all are on the rocks or vice versa, now not sure, write an open letter to them and just let them know how you feel before you leave the campus. And I just hope that y'all consider these things, because I'm telling you, when you get into the real world, it is going to be different. Your heart will still yearn for love no matter how successful that you are, okay? All right, I mean that, and just want to tell you again that I love you in a very public forum. So thank you to my beautiful lady, Jack. Now here's the thing as well, as far as love, make sure that you love yourself. I want to give you guys a book to consider, whether it's for you or whether it's for somebody else that you know that could be maybe struggling with depression or something of that nature. It's a book called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. All right, it's a very thick book, but it does tell you a lot of nuggets in there in terms of you being able to pass off information to others or someone that may be struggling, or maybe yourself. You may be struggling with something that you don't want to share with other people. Well, it's okay to do a little self-therapy sometimes if you don't want to necessarily go see a therapist, okay? I'm not going to not leave the stage without talking about mental health and depression at a college campus, all right? All right, so moving on, we do live in a comparison society. Do not think that what you see on social media or people's highlight reels is real all the time. Sometimes you really don't understand sometimes the lengths people go through or go to make sure they look good on a phone. So sometimes if that's bothering you or you're struggling with that, maybe you feel some type of way about what you see, it makes you go into a depressive or emotional state, unplug from social media. Turn your phone off, completely unplug from the digital world. Don't forget to be a human first, all right? I'm gonna keep plugging. I'm gonna keep saying that kind of stuff because I'm serious. I've seen it. So moving on to the next point. Don't forget to love somebody, but also while you're here, before you cross that stage, make sure that you do get a chance to network. Okay, networking is super important. I wish that I did more of it while I was here. And what I want to say is that, have any of you ever heard the term PWI? Okay, so that's a term that's called predominantly white institution. Nothing wrong with that, but that is what a lot of people label schools like SFA, Texas A&M, et cetera, et cetera. So when you get into the real world, you are gonna have people that may have went to a different kind of school, and they may or may not try to label you in some kind of way with you going to a PWI. What I wanna tell you is, from a graduate of one, don't let any of that bother you. Don't even listen to the hype on any of that kind of stuff, because here's the thing. The school you're at is reflective of the world that we live in, okay? We live in a world that is diverse. We live in a world where you do have to be around other people that necessarily might not look like you. As I look across the room, it's completely diverse in here. It's not just one race, gender, etc. So take advantage of that. And as you go into the real world, when you're in a career or you're in a corporate setting, you honestly will have an advantage because you will know how to interact with other people. All your classes that y'all are in are diverse as well. You're not just sitting in a class with just one particular demographic of people. So take advantage of that, no matter your race. This isn't just about Black, Hispanic, or white. This is about culture, okay? But just want to make sure I say that as well. And embrace your classmates. Everybody has classmates that necessarily are different things, but they necessarily don't look like you. But here's the thing about your classmates. Y'all are in different majors than everybody else in the room. The people that you are in class with are the people that are going to be in your same industry type. So when you get deeper into your career, those are the people that you're going to be able to relate to because they probably will work in a similar organization as you do. Okay? And here's the thing about that. Some of you want to be entrepreneurs. Well, maybe somebody else in one of your classes wants to be an entrepreneur as well. Well, that's somebody that could potentially be a business partner. Take advantage of that. Don't leave the school without making true connections with people that you are in the same major as. That's the point of going to school, is to get a degree so you can okay, y'all see where I'm going. All right, so here's another thing I want to touch on is LinkedIn. I want to really hope that y'all have heard of LinkedIn. Has everybody in the room heard of LinkedIn before? At least? Not really? Maybe 20%? Okay, that's fine. So look, this is my LinkedIn page. I want to give you guys a little overview of what LinkedIn is, because as you get ready to graduate, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, yeah, that's cool, that's fun. But an employer is going to be searching for your LinkedIn page. I'm not going to talk through it, but I do want you to make sure that if you don't have a LinkedIn before you graduate, make one. And you don't necessarily have to have all of these high-level jobs and accolades on there. If you were like me, when I was here, I worked at the front desk at the student center, literally downstairs, first floor, was there 2 shifts. Listen, when I was there, when I got my LinkedIn page, that was on here, okay? Because that's all I had. Because when you get into the real world and you start applying for these jobs, the first thing is they're going to tell you that you don't have any experience. Right, I'm going to say it again. They're going to tell you that you don't have any, all right, tell you don't have any experience. But what you can take is those organizations that you guys are in that was just mentioned a few minutes ago. Put that on your LinkedIn. Put the position that you held on your LinkedIn. Put the work that you did when you were in that position on your LinkedIn. If you volunteered, if you need help with volunteering, I'm sure that somebody can find something for you. But what I can tell you is, for me, I'm very grateful because my career went full circle, meaning that I started as an intern at United Way of Nacogdoches. I started the Student United Way of SFA here, and it came full circle. Obviously, as you see on my LinkedIn and in the bio, I work for the United Way of Greater Houston. It started here as an intern in Nacogdoches and in my student organization. Now, in my actual job, I'm responsible for $6 million, okay? Let me just say this, since we're in a diverse room. My department is 35 people. Guess how many black males are in there? Y'all see my finger, right? 1. Where did it start? Here. So take me up on that. Consider getting to LinkedIn. But here's the thing I like about LinkedIn the most. All right, and this is how I really use LinkedIn. So make sure y'all leaned in and listening. You can take LinkedIn and you can find people who are where you want to be, and you can see how they got there, and you can plot your own way to success. Because what happens is LinkedIn is basically everybody's resume online. So what can you do with that? If you meet somebody that is working where you think you want to work down the road, find them on LinkedIn. Now here's the thing about LinkedIn, they will be able to see that. When you go on their page, they're going to see that you looked. So you're going to look a little stalkerish. But it's okay, because you don't have a real job yet. So it's all right. And even when you do have one, it's okay. Look at that person. See how long they stayed in that position. See what kind of degrees they have. See what school they went to. See when did they start becoming a manager. It doesn't happen all at once. You have to build where you're trying to go. Okay? So take advantage of that. And I hope that you will really use the LinkedIn thing for real, because it really worked for me. So next I'll say this, technology. All right. Y'all have a major advantage when it comes to technology. And that's saying a lot, because my generation was also the technology generation, so we thought. I think thought it was cool because Facebook came out when we was in college, but now nobody really uses Facebook in this room, I don't think. Y'all use Facebook still? No? Dang. It's just me and you, Dennis. Well, here's what I'll tell you is that with technology, you're gonna have skills that most people don't have. You will probably already do and you really don't know it yet, or you do know it and I hope you're taking advantage of that. But you're in a perfect time when it comes to technology because we're in a virtual world. A lot of companies aren't even going back into the office like regular. A lot of companies are not only not going back to the office like regular, but some positions in certain companies are completely being put as a remote position permanently. Permanently. That means that if it's a job that doesn't require you to be in the office anymore, or if you were rarely in the office, which a lot of positions are these days, then your job is completely virtual. So you know what that means for you guys? Y'all have a wider landscape of places to apply to for jobs.
Seriously though, you do have an opportunity to apply for jobs anywhere across the country. When you get ready to apply for your jobs that are remote, let's say that you always wanted to live in another city, right? Now you can actually do that because jobs are no longer requiring you to go into the office. So now you have a wider landscape of places that you can apply to. So what that means is when you apply for a job and you're interviewing, make sure that you ask them what's your policies on remote working. So you might or might not have to move. If you do want to move, great. If you don't want to move, stay where you are. If I was you, I would stay at home and probably live with my parents and save my money with a great corporate job and stay there for like 3 to 5 years and stack your money before you move if you have that opportunity. Seriously, listen, it is no rush to be grown, okay? Your bills, listen, bills come every month. Real bills are coming your way. Real bills, $1,000 bills, multiple $1,000 bills every month. You don't have to rush. If you got good parents, good people that want you to be at home, take advantage of it, all right? So, speaking of technology, I'll say this as well. Your cell phone, don't just use it for fun all the time. You individually are responsible for your own life. You individually, what I like to say, you are the CEO of your own life. If you're the what happened? You good? No? You good? No? Okay. All right. As the CEO of your own life, your cell phone should be your personal assistant. Okay? Use your timers. Use apps. Use things on your phone to make you smarter. You literally use your phone and learn a second language. If you need an app, it's called Duolingo. All right? You can use your phone for audio books so that you can learn things that you never knew you could learn. If you need a recommendation for an app, it's called Scribe. SCRIBD. I see no one writing. I see no one taking notes on their phone. Shame on you. All these nuggets. All right? So, and don't forget to give your phone a break because you are human first. All right. And so, last point I'll make before we close is your 20s, they're going to be amazing. These are going to be some of the most amazing years of your life. You have a lot of things that you're going to learn. Many of you are 20 now, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's fine too. But let me tell you something. You're going to be 28, 29, and it gets hard. Life gets hard. Somebody's laughing because they're thinking about that. They know that I'm telling the truth. It's going to get hard. The person that you are right now, you probably won't be the same person when you're like 28, 29, about to be 30. All right? And it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen so fast. It's going to happen so fast. You're going to be in them seats right there, and then next thing you know, somebody's going to be inviting you to come speak. Oh my God, it's me. It happened to me. Yes, it happened to me. I'm telling you, it's going to go fast. But on a serious note, even though it's going to go fast,
knowing that it's going to happen to you, knowing that life goes fast, knowing that your 20s are going to be fast, knowing that the world is going to be crowded and it's not going to always seem fair. Listen, in college, it's very fair, but the real world is not so fair. But if you're willing to put in the work to grow and change and become the person that you really want to become, then you have the advantage, okay? Y'all are student leaders. That's why y'all here tonight. So I'm sure y'all going to be successful and y'all going to become the people that you want to become. But it is going to take hard work, and it's honestly not going to be fair at all. Things will happen on your job. Things will happen on your personal life. Things will happen in your apartment complex. You're like, how they going to raise the rent and not tell me, right? Like, things are going to happen. But what I want to tell y'all as well, as we get ready to close, is this. One of my favorite Chinese proverbs says, to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. And one of the best things that I've ever done, and part of this happened prior to me coming to college, but again, happening again as I went further into my career, is I got mentors. And having mentors can change your life as well. That is a person that you aspire to be. They're where you want to be, but you're not there yet, and they are. Let me say this. When you're seeking a mentor, do not expect them to bend over backwards for you. If you know someone or you meet someone that's where you want to be, you need to invite them to lunch. You need to text their phone. You need to make the phone calls. You need to extend the invitations to try to be in that person's presence, because they don't owe you anything. They're probably extremely busy. So when you meet someone that is great or that is older than you, or they could potentially be a mentor, and they don't hit you up or they don't call you or they don't interact with you, and you're just like, well, forget them. They this, they that. They probably are busy. They probably have a family, and they probably have a lot of people that work up under them on their everyday job. So I really, really, really want to encourage y'all. If nothing else, if you don't write that letter and fall in love, or you don't take advantage of the opportunities that technology gives you, like Duolingo and Scribe, SCRIBD. I'll say it again, $9.99 a month. It's not that expensive. And that is that success is never owned. It is only rented. And the rent is due every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Listen, I told you earlier that you are the CEO of your own life. And if you want to be successful and you want to go somewhere in life, it's going to require daily discipline and daily sacrifice. Some of y'all hearing me, some of y'all not. It's okay. But the people who are willing to put in the work to become whatever great version of yourself that you want to be are usually the people who end up being the boss at the job. Sometimes there's a little nepotism and things like that happen. But on a serious note, if you want to really make an impact in your job, your community, wherever it is that you're planning to go next, understand that success takes daily sacrifice and discipline. The friends that you have right now may or may not be the friends you have in 10 years. The lifestyle that you live right now may or may not be the same lifestyle in 10 years. The habits that you've picked up today should not be the habits that you have in 10 years. And I hope that you all will take advantage of being student leaders and being where you are right now and continuing and going to the next level. For those of you who are interested in getting involved, here is the information for BlacSFA. You guys who are graduating, definitely implore you. This is the perfect time to get involved. We will be doing a lot more things as alumni. And one thing I can say is that take advantage of this too, because when I was graduating, it was basically sayonara, LinkedIn, good luck, and I had to scratch and claw my way to figure out where I wanted to be and how I got to where I got today. But you don't have to do it all by yourself, okay? Thank you guys for your time and attention. Y'all have a good rest of the evening, and we'll be here as well to interact with you guys from the alumni. Thank you.
BlacSFA, the Black Lumberjack Alumni Chapter, an official SFA Alumni Association network.